All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining. Today, I am here with Wendy Van Grinten. Wendy is in a different country than me, so we had to kind of arrange different times. So it's been really fun to figure this out. It's so cool to connect with people in different places and areas, and being able to do this with people. So I love this. So thank you, Wendy, for joining me. How are you doing today?
Hey Kelly, yeah, I'm doing great today. I just arrived in the Netherlands. That's another country indeed. Driving through Spain and France. It's really awesome. Yeah, doing great. Yeah, nice to meet
Cool.
you.
That's awesome. I would love to go to the Netherlands sometime. So can you share I love to start off on people's stories. I love kind of having the viewers understand or the listeners or viewers understand kind of where you come from, your story. How did you get to be this? And I know you do something very similar to me. I know you do detox and stuff with people. So how did you get here? How are you here? Yes.
Oh, thanks for giving me this platform, and thank everybody for watching and listening to me on this video. So my name's Wendy. I am born in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, where I'm currently at, and yeah, I'm calling myself now a detox specialist, but originally I'm a therapist. That is something that you would call naturopath, and I've been doing that for the last well, since 2009, so that's a couple of years now officially. And yeah, but how I got into the detox, that was actually yeah, that's actually very special. In 2012 I wanted to travel, and I wanted to fly to Belize. If you know where that is, it's in Central America. And for that, they tell you you need all these things we cannot talk about.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I went to get whatever they said that I needed. And I had a really bad reaction to that. Like really bad. I was already 3 years doing my naturopathy, like from 2009 to 2012. And I used homeopathy and changed my diet to what I thought was amazing. So, and that was basically a whole foods organic diet. Wasn't vegan or vegetarian, but I always wanted to be vegetarian. So I went to 3 attempts of being vegetarian just because I didn't want to support, yeah, hurting animals. But that didn't really, I didn't know that there was a word called vegan actually. I didn't know anything of that. And we were taught the importance of animal fats and protein and all of that in school, even naturopathy school. So yeah, there you go. And but to get myself back, that was really hard because I spent 3 years getting rid of like chronic inflammation that was in my feet, my ankles, my knees. I would have almost pain always. And I was visiting a physiotherapist and massagist since I was 11. I have these weird allergies for metal. I couldn't use cutlery in the summer because I would also get it from the sun. And then when I would touch metal, it would just make these bumps on my hands, and they hurt, like they itch, but they hurt. And everything hot would make it hurt, and everything sun would make it hurt. So can you imagine a nice warm summer, you want to go to the beach? So I would be like hiding my hands, but then it would be hot inside a towel, but I would just sit on the beach with my hands underneath the towel, which is weird. Yeah, and I had all these little inconveniences of always having a runny nose, and I would always be stuffed here. And if I get a cold or something, I would get ear infections, and that would hurt me again. If you ever had an ear infection, you don't want to have that. So I spent all this time trying to figure out what to do. I learned that I had like adrenal issues, where I don't know the name in English, but they call it like it's fatigue of your adrenals. So they don't make the hormones anymore that we're supposed to do it to manage your stress. And I'm like, huh? And then I had some tests, and it said that I was allergic for antibiotics. I've never had any antibiotics, and I was allergic for this and for that. And I'm like, but I never had that stuff. How can I react to it? And then I learned, like it's in your water, it's in your food. It's in the thing that I got. and there's also like aluminium in it, and it makes your immune system like react. So the point of it is to make your immune system make antibodies. So my body was like making antibodies for everything inside the thing, including the antibiotics, including the metal. So yeah, that was a little bit a problem, but that took me a lot of time to figure all that out. And so I figured it all out, and I thought, well, if I ever have a child, I will never put that inside unless it's really necessary and it's going to die or something. Like, not just because we do it, you know, maybe because at some point when you're strong enough and old enough, it's necessary, but we're not just going to do it because in 2 weeks there might be a flu. That's just a crazy rule. But I graduated on this topic, and I started helping a lot of other children with a lot of problems, like they can't like decently go to the toilet, like they were holding up their poop, or they were like in the night they would still like want a diaper because they would pee or poop, and then all these little children would have these problems which they should learn, you know, they automatically, it would come and it wouldn't come with them. And I help them all with naturopathy, with homeopathy mostly, and sometimes some herbal drops, and just like 1 or 2, maybe 3 dosages. And it would just, some even one, like you give it to them and then you see the reactions of people like, oh my God, he just went to the potty just like that, like 5 minutes after I give the drop, and he's been doing it every day the whole week. I'm like, great. Guess they were the right drops then. And yeah, so this is how I got into the business, let's say. But then I got pregnant and I was not fully recovered yet. The homeopathy helped me again, but my body wasn't fully recovered. Those inflammations, they slowly came back. Allergies were back. And I did a whole, almost a year, like, no, not even a year, some months, working as best as I could. But then, oh my God, you know, I was focusing on the future and wanting to be a family. So I got pregnant and I got pelvic instability, and my heart started doing weird things like fast and slow, and just like palpitations. And I would be dizzy a lot, like a lot. Now I have some pregnancy forgetfulness, but it's also because my mind focuses more on, ooh, what do I need for food today? I'm hungry, than anything else. And yeah, now I am now I am able to like walk stairs. Like, there's 65 steps to go to the flat, and well, I have to do all of them, and I just do it. And yeah, it's a little bit tiring, but that's good. It's and I wasn't able to do that in 2013. I was not able to do that. I was 9 weeks pregnant, and I could sit for 30 minutes, walk for 30 minutes, lie down for 30 minutes, and repeat the process. And then if I would go to sleep, I would sleep on the left, but then hips would turn and it would crack, and it just hurt so much, and I would wake up from the pain and then go on the other side, and then it would crack there, and then it would go on my back. But when I sleep on my back, I have sleep apnea, so I stopped breathing, according to my boyfriend. Well, that was not good. So I managed with some pillows to sleep half on my belly, which was the less painful for my pelvis. But yeah, can you imagine when you're pregnant you try to sleep on your belly? So yeah, that was a really hard time, but it was like, I'm pregnant, you know, it's normal, it will go away, you know, after the baby will come out and I'll be fine. But I had really a lot of pain back then. And when you would ask me, I would just say, oh, I'm so happy I'm having a baby and I'm fine. And now, how is your level between 0 and 10? How are you feeling? I would say, oh, I'm a 6, maybe 7. You know, I'm taking care of this baby. I'm doing my meditations. I got my belly dance and my yoga. And but looking back, oh my God, I was at like 2 or something. That was not living. I just felt so embarrassed having to ask at the grocery store. Would you please lift my bag in the car for me? Yeah, but you have the cart. Oh my God, pelvic instability trying to push a shopping cart that is sliding slowly. It's hell. It's the worst ever. And you know, when you hurt yourself like that, it will hurt for hours. And if you are bad luck like me, it hurts until you hopefully recover, or when the osteopath puts your hips back in place and all your bones and stuff, and then you have some relief for 2 weeks, and then it'll get worse again. And at 4 weeks, you're like, can I please come? And he's like, no, normally it's 6, but you can come 5. And then the last week would be hell. And baby came out, we were just fine in the bath, all fine. It came upside down, but that was okay. And yeah, so I was really happy that I lost the weight. Like, I lost weight. But then I kept losing weight. And I'm like, this is not good. And I was eating like 4 or 5 meals a day, like gigantic meals. This is not good. This cannot be just from breastfeeding. That's crazy. And yeah, I had this pain still. I still couldn't sleep. People say baby wakes you up. So no, the baby makes oxytocin with breastfeeding that makes me sleep. And I know that it makes some hormones to keep your body, from preventing it from getting pregnant. And I know that it still has some of those hormones that are tissuing weakening, but connective tissue in my body was just not connecting. They're just completely loose. And yeah, so I figured out the liver process and the chemical process and the vitamins and the minerals and the hormones, and which glands are responsible for what, and try to figure out how my blood levels are and do bioresonance tests. And it all wasn't that bad. It was actually not that bad, but something was really wrong because I wasn't recovering, and actually it was getting first a little bit better and then it was getting worse again. And I was like, this is not good. And so I tweaked my diet. I was like, I was always feeling really attracted to this raw food, even when I was pregnant. And I even went to the McDonald's one time because I was biking all evening and I was so hungry. And like everything was closed that we passed, and there was no more supermarkets. There was nothing in my bag. It's like, oh my God, it's 45 minutes biking home, and I saw that yellow M, and I was like, I'm going. I don't care. I'm gonna eat. And I remember that I ordered this and this and this, and then the rest was watching me like, what are you doing? It's like 10 o'clock in the evening. I'm hungry. Shh. And then I ate the whole thing and was almost 3,000 calories. I remember that. And also the people there, they were looking at me like, what are you doing? And I was just sitting there saying, oh, I feel so much better. But okay, I don't think that's sustainable. But okay, I did it one time. And it just shows that you do need to eat. But when the baby was out, I thought it would, would be okay. And I so that in the pregnancy, I sort of did that. But the rest, I was always like, okay, what did we do like in prehistoric times? We wouldn't go chasing cows or something. Cows wouldn't even be here. Okay, so we don't eat that. Okay, eggs. Okay, maybe we would eat eggs. That would be if there's chicken and stuff and we'd be hungry and we could figure out that we want to eat that. But yeah, I don't think they are going to cook everything 3 times a day and make bread and all these pastries. And people wouldn't do that. They're just too busy living and protecting their cave house and raising kids. And no, I don't think if you have to make what you can buy in a supermarket nowadays, you'd spend more hours making the stuff than that you have time to eat the amount. Because if you want one cookie, you have to make the cookie, and in 2 days the cookie will not be good anymore, so you have to make new ones. So it's kind of crazy to eat like a pack of cookies every day. And fried food, they didn't even have oil or something. So it's like, okay, oil is bad, we don't do that. And maybe they would eat some olives or squish something at some point, but no. So I just took that perspective and I went sort of paleo, but then in my own way. And I only kept the animal foods twice a week because I had too much cravings. Not like, oh, I like them, but really, I would really, my brain, that was also in my pregnancy and the years before, my brain would go crazy after some weeks. Like it would make crazy thoughts, really crazy. Like, oh, there's a dove, you can make soup of it. Like my brain would just make that, and then I would be like, what? No, shut up, we're not eating animals, that's bad. We're not gonna try and catch this bird. What are you doing? And my midwife, she's also a therapist and a homeopath, and yeah, we got really acquainted during the pregnancy, and she made me do B12 tests. And then it turned out that that was the problem. So B12 melting tablets prevented the cravings, and I could just go raw just like that. And I didn't tell anybody because I was like, I'm not telling nobody. But you're eating normally. So yeah, I'm like, I'm eating 1 potato a week. And yeah. I ate herring. That's fish. You can eat it raw. And I went to this place where they have goats, and they had goat cheese there, and I know how these people make it, and I saw the baby goats stay with the goats, and they were all happy, and I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Apparently I need it. So I would eat that over. So in the 2 years from my baby being born until he was 2, I would say, yeah, I eat all that once a month. But I wouldn't say that once a month. So slowly I was having vegetables mostly at that time. I was eating only mostly vegetables, and then added fruits with that. And then somebody wanted to propose me a detox, 3 weeks, to 1 week build down, 1 week juices and smoothies, and then 1 week build back up. And I did that, and then I looked at it and I thought, this building down has legumes. My body cannot digest legumes. I never eat legumes. I never liked them. I never ate them. It gives me belly pain. So I quit that. So I went really fast, and I was supposed to start with a group on January 1st, but I already started like before Christmas. And then 26th December, I was like, okay, I am eating fruits today. And they were like, why? Oh, because I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And yeah, then end of January, I was supposed to rebuild again. And I tried, and I put this in my mouth, like, think herring. And I, like, this is oily. Actually, it's disgusting. Why am I eating it? I don't want to eat it, and I spit it out. So yeah, that was the last time. And then I had Google, can you live on fruits and vegetables only? Can I live on fruits and vegetables only? And I didn't find anything like that, like nothing. So, but I finally slept a little bit. I finally felt I had some life back. So I was like, I don't want to go eating back what I did before Christmas, because this vegetable stuff is going really great. And yeah, it was mostly raw, not everything. But in that detox week, yes, I remember when after I steamed some kale sprouts. Very easy to sprout them here in Netherlands. It's a traditional dish, kale, so it's all over the place. Nobody likes it because it's all over the place. It's old-fashioned for grandmas. And I had so much pain the next day. So much. My body was just, every joint hurted. And I know that they tested me for child rheumatism when I was 14 or something. And I was like, yeah. And I know that blood pressure in my right leg is bad, and I know that there's a problem with this leg, and I knew all of that, but that it could hurt so much. So it punished me, sort of, and I was like, I'm going back doing what I was doing. And then I think at end of February, beginning of March, there was a Dr. Robert Morse. I don't know why it came on YouTube. All I know is that my 2-year-old tried to click this thing with his little hand. I'm like, no, click. And it was on YouTube because I was following this girl that wanted to live in a van. I didn't know she was eating raw at the time, raw vegan. And I was just scrolling because I wanted to see all the vans. And he wanted to click on the eye. I'm like, no, don't click the eye. But he clicked the eye, and there was Dr. Robert Morse. Blah, 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 blah. This lady has cancer. Look the picture. And she went to eat grapes and after fruit, berries, and melons. And I was like, she ate grapes for 52 days and got better? I'm going to do that. Because I'm like, at this point, I don't care. If you are in so much pain, you're not sleeping, you know that what you ate before wasn't working, you got some proof that this raw food is working, you do anything. Like, for some people, the pain is not big enough. And I'll tell you, my pain was big enough. So I went to the market. I bought some grapes and watermelon and blueberries because he said berries, you know, grapes and watermelon. They are awesome. I need red stuff. And it made sense because I was on a grape seed supplement with raspberries and cumin, I think, to help my system and my adrenals and stuff. Like, so what he said perfectly made sense in the whole chemical analysis that I did of myself. And I was like, I don't need to eat more supplements. I just have to stop eating all the other crap. And so I did. And yeah, it was amazing. I ate fruit that day. And I ate fruit the next day. And that second morning, I woke up. It was light. Light? Light? How did that happen? And I look at my clock. Huh, where's my clock? Well, I feel rested. I feel good. 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock? I slept from 11 to 8? And I was just awake and I was just sitting there like, this is amazing. This is wonderful. I don't care. I'm going to do this. So yeah, I continued to do that. And I told everybody else that was on the detox with me. And most of them just wanted to stop being addicted to sugar. Some wanted to lose weight. I never went to do it to be raw. I just did it because I thought it would help clean my adrenals and kidneys and adrenals and liver to get rid of my toxins faster because toxins make pain. So I thought I have to get them out. And yeah. So I just told everybody, and I just started telling to everybody, like, oh, but you know what happened? You know what happened? I was so enthusiastic. You know what happened? Yeah, and then that year I figured out I made myself a herbal protocol, and I went to have some appointments with Dr. Morse, and yeah, I just made myself a protocol with meditation and sauna and fitness, and I was already on a sauna and meditation routine, but I added in the herbs and some more movements, and I was able. 6 weeks later, I had no more problems with sleep. I had no more pain in my legs. I had the idea that my brain was functioning normally again, and I said we're going on holiday, and I booked a holiday for the summer. So we went biking through the Netherlands in the pouring rain all the day, camping. It was actually the second time, but this time was with a child with us. And yeah, since I started telling everybody what I learned, more people came to be my client as a therapist. And so that's how I got into it.
That's awesome. That's an incredible story. That's a really powerful story about fruit. It's funny. I'm on a detox right now, and I'm actually day 14 all fruit, and I feel incredible, like incredible. And I'm like, I just wish people could feel this, you know, and people are just scared. When I tell them, they look at me like I'm crazy, and they're just like, wait, what? Like, and it's just so different, you know, but I'm like, no, if you could feel this, like, I feel good. It's like, I know I'm doing it the right thing. My body wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't keep doing this if it didn't feel good, you know, like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you just want to keep on going. Like, and people always say, oh, don't you have cravings? Like, yeah, still when I would pass the fish stand something inside me would say, eat it, and it smells disgusting, huh? But something would say, eat it, eat it. So I planned to do a juice fast. And I thought, there is something probably inside of me that needs to get out. So, and then the end of that year, so this was 2016. So at the end of the year, I finally made to do it because I didn't have a juicer or anything. I was just juicing oranges, and I didn't know that oranges were so powerful to
Yep.
to and so the third day I would just be sitting on the toilet and it would burn 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 burn. So I would eat again because like I can't do this, I'm gonna eat. And then next week I try again. So I did a whole bunch of 3-day juices, which is actually also really good, right? And then I said, okay, no, I need to do grape juice. Well, grapes without seeds, they are almost impossible to get. Like, you just get the ones that come off the plant, and they have seeds. So then I got myself a juicer from a supermarket, Lidl. It's very well known here. They have all sorts of, it's like Aldi, you might know it. They have all
Okay.
sorts of products besides food. But after 1 month, it failed. So I sent it back. I thought, okay, maybe I'm straining it a little bit too much. And I was just drinking juice with the rest. And I got myself an angel juicer. Well, that works amazing.
Mhm.
And then it was September, and I booked a flight to my friend in Curacao. And yeah, I told you I was flying to Belize, right? In 2012, right after I had this problem. And I got so sick in the airplane, like super sick, that they were worried, and they got a nurse when we arrived, and they said there's something wrong with your body and your blood pressure, and there's something, or maybe she's in shock. So they were really worried about me. I was feeling really, really bad. And I didn't want that happening again. So it's like, now you have to do this juice fast because you're flying. So I had another very big trigger. And that is always what I say to people, like, what do you do to keep it up? Or so for me, it's not keep it up. You just have to have a trigger why you want to do it. I want to go in that plane and not feel terrible for 12 hours. And yeah, when your heart does those things and you have cold sweat all the time, and it's like you have a fever but you're cold, and your heart is stopping and going fast, and you can't move your head because then it's spinning so hard, all you want to do is throw up. If you have that for 12 hours and there's no remedy, you'll do it. So,
Mm.
and I thought juicing would help me. So September, October, grapes were falling all over the place. So everybody that knew me, that I knew, were like, I have a plant, want to come to my house? I'm like, sure. And I would have these big cement, these big black cement things. I would have like 3 from this person. And then next week, 2 weeks, I would have from this other person. I would just juice. So grape lemon, I juiced grape lemon. And my first one was 36 days. And then I ate again because I was afraid that when I would get in Curacao, there might not be food or juice or anything. So I was like a little worried. Like, oh, what if I can't eat and they'll try to give me like cooked food or something? I'll have to do something. So I started eating again. But I did the 2 weeks, like juice and coconut water till evening, and then in the evening I would have meals, and it was really amazing. Yeah, and then I came back and I figured out something called master fast, and then I did that for another 44 days.
Mm.
And yeah, then I went to the toilet during this period a lot.
Oh,
During the whole period, actually, I went to the toilet a lot. And I won't go into scary details, but I can tell you there were definitely worms inside me. That's the thing. And I could eat half after I did the fasts. I needed half of my food that I needed before. So it was, in the end, was cheaper.
yeah.
But yeah, and I got a lot of energy back. Also, when I started eating again, and my food would taste better. after. So yeah, I don't, as a therapist, I don't recommend people jumping in such a long fast water or juice, or do mono meals for 2 months or something. I wouldn't without knowing somebody. So if you're watching this and you feel you have to do it, do your research, okay? Like I've been doing research since 2006, and I got my medical diploma, and that's what gave me the confidence, but also the knowledge. And I have so many acquaintances and friends that also study this stuff. So when, that's all I did, that's all I talked about. Plus, I watched about 300 videos of Dr. Morse since I found him in March. So by the time it was, so I would just talk about it all the day if somebody would ask me. But yeah, and that really helps,
So
knowing what
how,
you do.
oh, sorry.
Go
So
ahead.
how do you eat now? Like, do you eat 100% raw? Are you 100% raw? Do you just eat fruit or?
Um, yeah. So I want to have another baby,
Oh,
which make you pregnant, which make you hungry, and makes you a lot of stomach acid. So that's, you need some coping with. Um, but for the 7 years, I didn't touch anything else.
mhm.
I The last 3 years of the 7, I tried other stuff. So I was making pizza, raw vegan pizza. I was making wraps and crackers and breads and spreads and things, lots of things.
Mhm.
And I did, um how do you call it, like, I would buy pickles, I buy sun-dried tomatoes in oil. Before, I would never, I didn't even care about nuts or seeds at all. Like, I ate some seeds because I was supposed to, and I got some flax crackers like maybe twice or something. But the last 3 years, I really experimented. I wrote my cookbooks. I really wanted to see what it would do to my body, and not personally only for me, but also for everybody else that does fall off the wagon, or that does want to cheat, or doesn't want to be 100%. Like, and also in the beginning, like I said, I would have this, the first time, right, I had that steamed kale sprouts. They were like this big, so they just baby kales, and they're really tender because they baby. But how that hurt, and that sulfur food would hurt so much. Only 1 month of almost raw, and that wasn't even 100%. Mainly juices and smoothies. So and then I found out that, because I think because my body got cleaner, it was easier for me to eat kale or kale sprouts. So even raw, it would hurt me. But yeah, so the last years I have been eating these, they're called crucifix, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Crucifix.
I can't ever say that word.
It's so hard.
Confucius-ish, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one, that
That
one.
one.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to handle that. It would just hurt me. And yeah, then I could. And so, yeah, I did do some experiments. And yeah, when I get my hands on good mangoes and I can buy them for a whole week, I eat some salad or not in the evening, but maybe I would make mango, tomato, mango in the evening with cilantro, for example, and that would be my salsa. I'd just chop it up in small cubicles, and that would be my dinner.
Mhm.
Um, but I definitely stopped. Like in the beginning, I was doing mainly vegetables, but also because I was used to. I mean, with my mom and dad, I learned a lot about cooking. I learned a lot of different cooking styles. My grandpa's a chef. My dad's a really good cook. So for me to experiment with herbs, spices, different kind of vegetables was quite easy, and I would just make the same flavors, but then in my blender. And yeah, yeah. So my diet now is more like that, and I my B12 was amazing for a really long time, but I think that me moving to Spain and not having access to blueberries, grapes, currants, or anything of that really wasn't really, or beetroot. They don't even have beetroot. They have nothing of that. Like you can get this really expensive little box with grapes, and half of the time they're unripe or they're full of stuff on the top that burns you, and you like pesticide or something. So yeah, then I don't buy that. But then there's mango or oranges. Okay, I eat mango and oranges. So I found out that for me, longer term, so a couple of years, was not really good for my health to have zero of this dark red color and have a lot of orange and yellow and green. So that's what I found out. And of course, like I'm not perfect. I still have these weaknesses, and my leg is still a weakness. Hips are still a weakness, but I lifted 60 kilos, like deadlift this last summer. I was like, yeah,
There you
do
go.
that. Know, I can lift like a box of bananas and a box of mangoes on the top and walk to my apartment on the second floor. I'm like, yeah, I'm going, man. This is like 30 kilos. I'm going up the stairs.
That's awesome.
And from somebody who had to sit on their bum going backwards and crying because you have to ask the neighbors to put the grocery in the kitchen, that's huge. So yeah, people say, "Oh, you're not so, why is it so special? I can lift my groceries up the stairs." Yeah, well, if you couldn't go up the stairs at all, it's really amazing.
Mhm. No, I totally get that. I broke my neck like 6 years ago and I couldn't take my groceries out. I couldn't pick up any weight. So like for I think 3 months I was in a harness. I couldn't do anything. So I had to have people take my trash out for me because I couldn't do it. So it's like just to be able to pick something up, like man, that feeling, it's so good.
Yeah, totally. So if you have that for 3 years, you can imagine how it is, right? If 1 week is already shit, but 3 years is just, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So what are some of I know you mentioned like mangoes and stuff, but what are some of your other like favorite foods to eat, or maybe maybe your go-to meal, or what is kind of
Oh, so definitely watermelon. So these
watermelon?
big, long Moroccan ones with the big black seeds inside, this is like, I love to have that for breakfast.
Do you get good watermelon right now? Are you getting good watermelon? Is it like season?
No, I moved to France. It's cold. They don't like I went there to gigantic place with where all the trucks come from other places, and I go there and it's all the same as supermarket, like super unripe, big, unmature, unripe. They all keep it in this cold place. So you come there, it's really hard to see if it'll ever be edible. Prices were crazy. So there even flying mangoes were green. I'm like, why are mangoes green? Are you crazy? Why would you put them in the plane in the first place? So no, no. But in Spain, it now is the kaki, so persimmon season coming. When we were there in France, there's apples everywhere and pears and plums. I say that right, no? Plums and
Plums, yeah.
um figs. So like you can think plums, but there are like 20 kinds. 20 kinds. So you're not really bored. And there's
Mhm.
those teeny tiny ones, and there's the gigantic ones, and some have like threads inside and a lot of fiber, and others are just jelly inside, and then you have others they're more like an apple inside. So I don't even know all these names. So I did have a good time when it was in season, and then when it got colder, I need to eat import stuff, and that was not so. The stuff they chose to import was not so good, so I ate a lot of more vegetables. That's what I said. I started eating broccoli and cauliflower for dinner, and yeah.
What you can get basically, right?
Yes, and there are a lot of organic little farms there, and so I made some friends, I talked to the people, and it was really good. Now when I come, this guy immediately gives me one white and one green little cauliflower, like teeny tiny. I think they're hard to sell or something. So when I buy something, he gives me that, and like he has like Brussels sprouts. So it's all winter European foods there. I made my boyfriend go to Spain. Like he went to Spain, and I said, "Hey, bring mango, please. Bring mango, Palmer mango, please." And he says, "What's the Palmer one?" Oh, okay. Show me a picture. And I look at the picture. This one in the plastic wrapping. Yeah, take the one. Yeah, but it's plastic. No, no, I need the other one. Yeah, because the big ones come from Brazil. He said, "No, no, not from Brazil. Spain is a 2-hour drive from here. I want those." And so, yeah. Uh, so it's really, mango is the source of the calories, really.
Yeah, it's the best. I don't get good mangoes right now, so I'm kind of bummed. I'm like, I wish I had them to bring in more calories because I'm losing some weight. So I'm like, I need to bring in some calories.
Yeah, and persimmons. And last year in January, I learned myself to eat banana because I really never ever liked banana. I just don't like banana. I just don't like it. I can eat those Thai ones, those tiny, more fat, squishy ones. And in Spain, you have something that's called plátano. They're officially Cavendish, so they're officially the same. I
Oh,
don't know if it knows something for you, but maybe you'll learn something.
okay.
But because they're they're still Cavendish. They're not like genetically modified or anything, but because they're in a different country and they just use seeds of other ones, they also squishier and rounder. And I think they let them on the plant way longer because they get really round, not
Mm.
like skinny with like sometimes you have them like that, sometimes you have them like that, and they're all like that. They have way more flavor. They actually have flavor. The inside has this really beautiful texture, just like the Thai ones actually, but then big. And I learned myself to eat bananas and more and more and more and more, and I make nice cream a lot. And yeah, I thought I have to do this because like otherwise on January it's the most expensive month. If you run out of kaki, there's no more, and there is not ripe oranges, or you're just done with the oranges every day.
Yeah.
You just want something else. So I did orange juice with banana.
Yeah, right. So
And
one of the reasons I reached out to you is because we are both in the plant-based bundle, and you have two books in the plant-based bundle. And one of your books, I mean, if the listeners and viewers can't tell, she has insane energy. So one of her books is about energy. So if you want to get the same kind of energy, she's got a 7-day more energy meal plan, the meal plan. 7-day more
yeah,
energy meal plan. Yeah. So do you want to talk about your two books that you have in the bundle and maybe kind of share what the inspiration was behind them?
yeah. So totally. The 7-day meal plan basically does that detox that I did, something like that what I did in the beginning. So it gives you opportunity to stay 7 days 100% raw, and gives you super easy recipes. I just say take those fruits and you can eat them like that or blend them. And that's, for example, one recipe. And I do that because I feel that even you're plant-based and you want to be vegan, you maybe not want to be raw for the rest of your life, but you do want to get to know what it's like. Or maybe you want to be raw, but you want to know what it's like. It'll give you a shopping list. You just have to print the page, take the list, go to the store and buy what's on the list, and you're good to go. And it doesn't take 1 hour to make. It's all stuff that you can make 15-20 minutes max. It's my fastest recipes. And I added some alternatives. So there's some extra meals inside, just in case you don't like the one that I proposed, there's an alternative. And I got the 7 simple steps in there. So I got 7 steps that basically were the ones that I just told in my story earlier. They're hidden in the story that I just told. How to get yourself to do a detox and heal your body. It's in here as well. You have to so you have to have that amazing motivation, and it can be either pain and fear, or it can be something else, something like I want to travel like her, I want to organize my own retreat, I want to take a van and go to a warm place for 6 months or something, or 1 year. I always want to travel. And if you have the pain and you have the vision, you can go somewhere. So so there are 5 more steps, or 6 more steps. There's 6 more steps. And then in this document, I explain you how to do that. And you can take an energy assessment. So it first starts with an energy assessment. So how are you doing? And then in the end, you can do it again to see if you do better. After 7 days, how are you feeling now? So yeah, that's the one. That's just basically, I realized that that is what I've been giving all my clients. That's what I've been doing. I just tweaked the way I present it. So the writing and the meals and the yeah. So I think it's really an amazing thing to do for yourself, to just, if you want to, if you want to start healing your body, if you want to feel more energy, do that. Just take those 7 days, do the 7 steps, and see how you feel at the end of the week. Then you can judge yourself if it's something for you or not.
Exactly. Yeah, it's powerful to try for 7 days for sure. And then another thing I definitely want to talk to you about. So one of my goals is to get out of the United States and go to more fruit festivals so I can meet people like that are doing what I'm doing and eating how I'm doing just outside of the United States. And randomly we are connecting, but you run the Dutch Fruit Festival. Are you the creator of the Dutch Fruit Festival?
Yeah.
So
So
tell us about the Dutch Fruit Festival. How cool is this?
so yeah, I like so imagine 2017, I did all that stuff. I just sat and I was like, I'm feeling good. I should help some people with that. And then I'm like, how do I find people? And I heard about a fruit festival that was going on in UK. And I was like, oh my God. And there was this girl that was living in the van going there, you know, the one that I was following in the beginning, like years back. I'm like, oh my God, she's going there. And there's all these people that eat like me. Oh my God, I want to meet them. So I didn't have all these videos. I didn't see any plant-based bundle or any other bundle, or for some strange reason, Google didn't want to give that to me. But I found that, and I was already on an interrail. Oh, that's a train thing that you can do for months. And I said, you know, to my boyfriend, I'm going because you see, the last day of our interrail train ticket is the first day of the festival. So I go to Paris and then I take the tunnel. I go to the UK and then I take the train there. And he's looking at me like, you're gonna do what? I said, yeah. I'm gonna buy a ticket now. So I did that and I went there, and it started inside of me like, we need to have this on the other side of the water. Like, we need to have this closer. Every country should have one. And there were some people from Dutch people, yeah, I want to do that. So we're gonna do it. No. Next year, I'm going with my whole family there. Like, I should do this. I really should do this. Like, I should do this. And there were other people that said, okay, I will do it. I said to this other guy, I want to do that, but I'm not going to take such a big project alone. I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, after 2 weeks he canceled, and I was like, yeah, no way. We're like, I don't do failure, huh? And I don't do that. Like, maybe it takes a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more longer, but I go for success. So for everybody watching, if you want to work with me, I go for success. Even if it takes a little bit longer than we both expect, or we need a little detour, it happens. But we're going for the goal. That's the thing. You have to keep the goal in mind. So a lot of hurdles further. The only friend that I had left died that did it with me, so I was alone. I had a lot of reasons to quit. Like, now she died, I can't do that alone. Yes, you are doing it alone. Because I had this amazing feeling that I feel that connection with others personally is so important. Just a few days that you can share like a raw vegan meal like that. And then there's all these others that are doing that for years, sharing their knowledge and experience. And there's like therapists and coaches and fitness coaches and yoga teachers. And you can just 1 week, you can, you can do your yoga, you can follow a fitness class, you can go barefoot running or try some barefoot shoes for the first time. And all the meals are prepared for you. You don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to figure out recipes and stuff like that. There's just a chef that makes it for you. So I thought we have to have that. And so yeah, We had a venue. I got all my courage, told everybody that I met on all these festivals and online things. But by that time, I went to Chiang Mai to Winter Fruit Fest. I went to I went to UK twice, and I don't even remember the names of the other places that they don't exist anymore. But after mine, I went to the Austria Fruit Fest, which is after mine. So I didn't even know that existed neither. But yeah, so this year we're gonna have our 5th anniversary.
Yes, yay.
And it's about 70 people that stay at the venue. And we got the really cool chef. This year Flo's back. It's the chef we had the first year. And he'll be making all the dinners. And if it's up to me, I told you mango is my thing. I do my best to bring unlimited amount so that everybody can take the mango from the pile whenever they want, because I think nobody should be hungry ever. And hearing my story, you probably understand why I feel that way. So yeah, and this year we're having Douglas Graham come back. And his fitness classes are absolutely amazing. The teachings of the fitness is amazing as well. It just opened my eyes. It's a little bit different than the take Dr. Morse has, but both intakes together of both men. And I throw myself in there with some feminine touch because we need that as well. I think it's a really good balance. I think Marina Grubak will be coming. She's running from Health Glows. She's doing some raw vegan retreats. She did a festival for the first time as well last year. So I think her yoga is amazing. So I hope she comes to give yoga classes. It's more like fitness, her yoga, but it's really flexible. So it's very good for stretching. And yeah, so that's a little bit about the program. It'll be in July. Weather will be good here. Boats bring loads of food to the Netherlands. So yeah.
So if people want to learn more about it, is there a website that they can go to and learn more?
Yeah, there is dutchfruitfestival.nl. There's also, like, we have also a YouTube and a Facebook and Instagram, and it's all called Dutch Fruit Festival. And yeah, if you want to come, you come through me, or you just get your ticket online. That works as well. But most people want to call me. That's great. Just call me. It's fine. Ask all the questions that I didn't put so much on this website. There's not so much text there. But yeah, people are worried, Is that organic? What is local and veggies is organic. I will not buy unripe, immature, hard fruits for you. I will buy mature, ripe fruits, what's in season. And what's in season is always in bulk, and it's not sprayed as much as stuff that is out of season, because they spray it to keep it.
Yeah. So they'll probably taste different than what most people are used to eating, probably.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, these mangoes are not organic. I said, no, you want to have the organic one, you can. I will just buy a couple just to show people how terrible they are. Like, you can't eat them. You cook them or something, and then you can swallow it, but I don't think it's very healthy. Yeah. And I know, like, this guy that knows where it come from. Yeah, I have this friend in Costa Rica, and I always deliver through him. It feels good, It's yeah. And if we have to, yeah, if we have to have bananas from a big chain, but organic bananas are super easy. We always have that. Organic vegetables as well, they grow here. So yeah, that's super easy. And fruits, we just have the best we can get, and sometimes it's organic and sometimes not.
Yeah, I know. I don't always eat organic. Always, it's whatever is good. If I get something from the farm and it's not 100% organic, I'm okay with that. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It tastes good,
Yeah. And in California, I learned also it's different. I had one time a melon, and they put beetroot juice inside to make it look red. I was like, what is this taste? What's this red stuff dripping on? And then after 3-4 bites, like, oh my God, it's beetroot juice. They put beetroot juice inside the watermelon to make it look ripe. And it was like, it tasted beetroot. I was like, no, why would you do that?
That makes, yeah, they dye our oranges. It's kind of crazy what they do to our food
Yeah,
out here. You definitely need
yeah,
to make sure you're getting your food from a farm if you can, or growing it yourself. That's huge, you know.
yeah. And here it's illegal. So if it comes like I had painted Granny Smith like green apples one time, and my farmer he was like, "Yeah, they're green." So I come home, I wash them. I'm like, "Wait, there's dents, like brown dents in them when they fall, you know." So I washed them. I didn't really see it in the water, but after I saw that they were so not so green, and you could just see where they were falling, and they were brown spots. And I cut through few open. And went back to my to the farmer's market to this guy, and I say, he says, "Whoa, I never had that." And I learned through different channels that this is not done in Netherlands, and if it's coming from Europe, it's not done because it's illegal. And so if it's imported like that, that's also illegal. So they do it illegally to sell it. That was really,
Huh.
I was really like in shock. But then I learned that, for example, in Curacao, where all the food comes from USA, most of it come from USA, and some come from Venezuela. It's quite normal. They just do that, and nobody cares. There's no rule or check or anything. But that's the advantage of having the Netherlands. It's annoying with their rules, but sometimes it's also good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get a little bit more protected from chemicals than I do. So you guys are a lot more
Yeah, but
protected.
they let glyphosate back in last year. It
Oh,
was finally illegal, and now they let it back in. So
they
yeah,
banned it here, but you know what they're going to do? They're just going to find something very similar and just change that ingredient, and it's going to be the same. So it's difficult to get 100% get rid of chemicals. But all right, so thank you so much for joining me. I'm kind of going to wrap things up with you. Any final words? And this has been a great conversation. I've had a great time talking to you. But yeah, any final words for our viewers? Maybe if people are struggling with their health, and you know they're it's the holidays and things are hard, and you know maybe some final words of encouragement for anybody.
yeah. Well, I know that Thursday I'm flying to Orlando, and I also know that it's gonna be Thanksgiving. I tried to find some food for Thursday evening. I can see the challenge. Just you have my sympathy. I understand it's not easy over there. At least in Orlando, it's not easy. It's there is not a menu where it says vegan salad and then it's got a whole bunch of healthy things inside. So I totally understand. And that said, grab some friends and just tell them, hey, I'm doing this for my health. I'm healing. And will you please help support me and buy some really, really delicious fruits or make a gigantic salad and make a gigantic salad. And I'll bring some when we have a good time. That really helps. And have had we don't have Thanksgiving, but I've had amazing Christmases like that. And yeah, my dad made me like a fruit cake thing. And one time they bought all this tropical stuff from all over the planet. I know it's not really good all over the planet, but it was really amazing to have all these different kind of flavors and treats, and it feels just as special for you. So there are ways. I also went through Christmases just drinking grape juice, and it was fine for me as well. If you need support, you can always reach out to me. So you can find me on Healthy by Wendy. My website has a really nice translation button. It does French and Spanish and English. And my social media is in English. So if you like to get to know me a little bit better, check out the reels. There's some snippets from the 7 Simple Step program as well. Because the 7 Simple Step program, if you get the bundle, you get the you get the outline, you get the steps, it says what you need to do, and then if it's really amazing, you can do like the whole program in 7 weeks with me personally. And I recorded a lot of classes for that, and I have snippets of that, so you can check those out for free. See, how is Wendy? And the Dutch Fruit Festival, yeah, guys, just come. It's 19th of July. We still got think we got like 5 places left for the VIP. That's not much, I know, but don't wait too long. Usually in January it goes so fast that I have to tell people in February, sorry. You can come, but you have to stay at a nearby camping or hotel or something. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy. I'm going to post your information down below in my YouTube for anybody that does want to get in touch with you, and the website for the Dutch Fruit Festival and all that. But thank you so much for joining me. This is a great conversation about detox and what the body's truly capable of, and we give it the right food and conditions.
Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I hope the story is really helpful for you and for everybody watching. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for watching. And guys, go get this plant-based bundle because it's like absolutely amazing. You will regret it. You only have 6 more days, so go take it.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Wendy.
Thanks.